Um, we still do not fully understand the nature of reality, especially at the quantum level. Superposition and entanglement are well-established phenomena, both theoretically and experimentally, yet their underlying mechanisms remain mysterious. In particular, what actually occurs during measurement, the fundamental process behind quantum collapse, remains unresolved. In this context, in-house ontology seeks to rethink the foundation not only of physics but of science itself. Traditionally, concepts such as objects, events, or states have been treated as ontological primitives. However, in-house ontology argues the opposite. These are emergent derivative phenomena. At the most fundamental level, it is not objects that exist, but the simultaneous manifestation of inward and outward tendencies, the very dynamism of being. Inner ontology starts from a pre-categorical minimal ontological state. Here, the universe unfolds not from atoms, nor even from strings, but from inner indistinct entities, IOIs. This raises a critical question. If quantum mechanics has been so remarkably successful for over a century, why does its interpretation remain unresolved? Why do phenomena like observers, measurement, and wave function collapse appear as alien, inexplicable anomalies rather than natural consequences of the theory? We argue that this reflects a missing consistent pre-phenomenal ontology. In-house ontology seeks to fill this gap. This exploration proceeds along four streams. First, we challenge the limits of traditional ontology, which relies on external observers or internal states through thought experiments. IOIs reveal themselves precisely within the collapse of these distinctions. They are neither observer nor system, neither particle nor wave, but the ontological ground that marks all such distinctions possible. Second, I examine the unfolding of the cosmos, showing how space-time and structure emerges from the dynamism of IOIs. Third, I propose an ontological interpretation of quantum mechanics. Inner ontology does more than interpret quantum formalism. It provides its foundational basis. Fourth, I address the emergence of subjectivity. The self is not a substance, but a rhythm arising within the symmetry of IOIs. Identity is not essence, but a tempo generated through layered distinctions. Pure relationalism, which attempts to explain reality solely as a network of relations, offers important insights, but it collapses in the face of fundamental questions. If all being consist only of relations, why do certain patterns repeatedly emerge across space-time? Why, for example, do electrons always maintain the same identity? What guarantees the consistency of form? In-house ontology addresses this challenge through in-house entanglement. IOIs are not merely relational entities. They generate the very field in which relations can arise. The distinction between inside and outside is not a pre-given boundary. Rather, each time a boundary emerges, the directional character and the field itself arise simultaneously. To clarify, consider a thought experiment. Imagine an existence without any separation between self and non-self. Such an existence has no experience of inward or outward, no distinction between self and world, no differentiation between form and environment. Structure only appears when it becomes entangled with other entities. Now extend this thought experiment into the dimension of motion. Suppose such an entity moves at the speed of light. Time ceases to flow, and space compresses infinitely. Distinctions like front and back, here and there vanish. Temporality and spatiality are not fundamental dimensions. They emerge only when motion slows and differentiation begins. In other words, movement, causality, and temporal continuity become possible only at the moment inward and outward flows emerge. Prior to that, IOIs exist as the enablers of these dimensions. At this point, we see a striking parallel to quantum non-locality. Just as entangled quantum states transcend classical space-time constraints, entangled IOIs generate enough fields for one another, forming the ontological substrate of reality. In quantum mechanics, a system exists in a superposition of states until it is measured. In our ontology offers a new interpretation of this idea. No entity is distinctly in or out until an interaction occurs. Only when entanglement arises does the entity collapses into a specific state, shaping the structure of reality. Thus, an IOI is neither a particle nor a wave. It is defined by relational constraints and manifests action only within the context of entanglement. IOIs do not exist within space and time. They constitute the symmetric foundation from which space and time emerge. I denote this fundamental state as omega is non-directional, undifferentiated, and pre-polarized. Mathematically, it can be expressed as this omega, one half positive in plus negative in plus positive out plus negative out. Inspired by Euler's formula, it can also be represented as a wave. Here, cosine theta represents the inward convergent dimension, while I sin theta represents the outward divergent dimension. The complex exponential function itself encodes the mutually generative structure of in and out. This structure resonates naturally with fundamental physical formalisms. The Hamiltonian simultaneously encodes motion and stored energy. The Lagrangian describes the balance of external evolution and internal constraints. To fully explain nature is therefore to integrate both inward and outward components. From this perspective, quantum superposition is not mysterious. It is simply the basic logic of IOIs. The symmetric field before any direction is chosen is precisely where reality begins to unfold through entanglement. Now let us examine the structure of a single IOI in our ontology. Each IOI simultaneously holds four directional balances: positive, negative in, and positive, negative out. These directions are not merely symbols. They form an Euler-like structure, shaping the IOI's complex phase space. Here in corresponds to the real axis, integrative tendency, while out corresponds to the imaginary axis, divergent rotation. What happens when two IOIs meet? Third directional tendencies interlock, forming a spinner. This is not simple contact. It arises through directional resonance. Each IOI stabilizes the other's phase inversion, entangling within a shared inner field. From this structure, the properties of spin one-half emerge naturally. When two IOIs align in orthogonal inner phase relations, the minimal recursive unit is formed, giving rise to ontic torsion. Distortion does not return to the original state after a 2-pi rotation. It requires a 4-pi cycle. Thus, the hallmark of spin one-half particles is structurally derived from in-out ontology. Mathematically, each IOI can be represented as a two-component spinner. Between them exists a saturation condition. Directional components constrain each other via sign inversion. The resulting entangled state is antisymmetry under exchange. In other words, what we call the Pauli exclusion principle is not assumed, but emerges as a structural consequence. Under these conditions, when two IOIs are entangled, their inner capacity is saturated, and the third IOI cannot enter. This is not due to spatial proximity, but the mutual conservation within the directional page space. Here, in-out ontology diverges from traditional relational philosophy. Classical relational views assume that entities exist first and relations form later. In contrast, IOI in-out ontology posits IOIs as pre-relational generative existence. Individuality does not pre-exist. It arises through in-out entanglement. Thus, distinctions such as in and out, boundaries, and directional orientations are not primitive. They are crystallized surfaces shaped by in-out entanglement. Now, let us examine cosmic emergence and the Big Bang from the perspective of in-out ontology. In in-out ontology, the Big Bang is not a spatial singularity or an absolute beginning in time. It is not the origin of everything, but rather a phase-shifted culmination of IOIs, achieving directional coherence. The Big Bang occurs within a vast in-out entanglement field, where distributed directional interactions generate coherent asymmetry across the cosmos. This marks the transition from unstructured in-out symmetry to globally organized directional fields. Each IOI is a dynamic node whose inward and outward components emerge relationally through entanglement with other IOIs. The inner entanglement field is therefore not a passive background, but a structured matrix of ongoing directional exchanges. The state of IOI is determined by the phase relationship with all entangled IOIs in the field. Directional emergence follows mutual coherence conditions. The inward component of each IOI emerges as the collective convergence of others' outward tendencies. The outward component emerges as the divergent dispersion of others' inward structures. This recursive in-out resonance cannot be reduced to local causality or spatial propagation, but arises from field-level directional coherence. As a result, cosmic emergence unfolds as a bifurcation of directional modes. Outward directed mode is dimensional expansion, field propagation, and structural differentiation. Inward directed mode is recursive convergence, memory formation, and binding. Each IOI is simultaneously a convergence point for others' outward expressions and a contributor to the inward coherence of others. The cosmos is thus constituted by IOIs, recursively cohering in the inner entanglement field. Therefore, the Big Bang or cosmic emergence can be reinterpreted as the moment when countless IOIs initially in an in-out superposition differentiate into coupled directional modes, generating multi-level emergent structures such as particles and dimensions. Let us now turn to the relation between in-out ontology and consciousness. Panpsychism has long suggested that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter itself. In-out ontology shares this intuition, but reframes it. Consciousness does not arise from particles as such, but from IOIs that underlie all structure. IOIs are not merely potentials, they are real, foundational existence, always given in a state of in-out superposition. This is not a static condition, but a generative one, a source of unfolding. Each IOI holds the capacity for directional articulation, yet this capacity only becomes actual through relational entanglement. Two complementary dynamics are at play. Inward flow stabilize outward expressions, while outward projections enhance inward coherence across multiple levels. It is within this recursive exchange that consciousness naturally arises. In this framework, agency is not imposed from outside. It is an emergent achievement, arising as IOIs stabilize coherence across their entanglements. Higher order functions like decision making, attention, intention, self-reflection are not external add-ons, but expressions of directional recursion within the inner field. Thus, IOIs are not just the hidden generators of physical structure. They are creators of coherence, of differentiation, and of integrative flow. In this way, consciousness appears as the layered resonance of IOIs, echoing the fundamental dynamics of in and out. Each IOI begins in a perfectly balanced state between inward and outward tendencies. From this fundamental symmetry, four basic directional flows emerge. Inward positive is integration, coherence, and care. Inward negative is contraction, withdrawal, or defensive interiorization. Outward positive is expression, exploration, and participatory becoming with. Outward negative is severance, dissociation, or entropic dispersion. These four flows from the foundational structure of feelings, affect, and the way we experience reality. Directional balance is organized in two main ways. Basic balance. The direct and simple directional tendency of each flow. 2. Quadrant balances. Complex combinations that emerge from interactions along the in-out axis, forming higher level experimental structure. Quadrant balance demonstrates how flows at different scales recursively connect, constructing the architecture of consciousness. In in-out ontology, qualia are not mere mental representations. They are intricate patterns of flow generated by interacting IOIs. Each IOI develops tendencies toward inward or outward directionality. And as these tendencies accumulate across the network, distinct qualitative experiences and feelings emerge. Transitions between IOI states, whether cognitive, emotional, attentional, or affective, are not simple reactions, but ontological events. This framework provides the foundational structure to understand how consciousness and experience arise as recursive directional processes and why such processes are possible. In-out ontology allows us to understand the qualitative realm in terms of directionality, relational entanglement, and the ontological structure of inward-outward flows. In-out ontology proposes a foundational reorientation of ontology. Rather than matter, space-time, or information, what fundamentally underlies all phenomena is the relational configuration of IOIs, the entanglement of inward and outward balances. In this ontological vision, The Cosmos is neither a container nor a mere collection. It is an in-out resonance. The in-out entanglement field, whose directional modulations give rise to all forms, forces, and thoughts. Each IOI possesses both inward and outward aspects, fundamentally symmetry, as a minimal ontological condition. Each inward tendency resonates with another IOI's outward tendency, generating entanglement and emergence. The dynamic coupling of inward and outward flows is the fundamental driving force of reality. Dimensions, identity, interactions, and even time itself emerges from this linking. Inner ontology does not seek to negate or compete with existing scientific theories. It does not propose new equations nor overturn well-established physics. Rather, it provides a deeper ontological logic, explaining why the mathematics of relativity and quantum theory works so effectively. Several critical implications emerge from this framework. Space-time dimensions appear not as containers but as stabilized resonance patterns of IOIs. Properties such as mass, charge, and spin are consequences of in-out entanglement. The enigma of entanglement dissolves. IOIs do not merely entangle across space-time. They co-create relative space-time for each other. Consciousness is likewise not an incidental byproduct of neural complexity. It emerges as the dynamic modulation of valence and information across IOIs, a gradient of ontic differentiation, tracing the tensions and resolutions of inward and outward flows, guiding sensation, agency, and relational knowing. Finally, inner ontology invites formalization beyond ontological interpretation. It suggests a new type of algebra based on inner transitions and a topologically enriched complex model where geometry, algebra, and dynamics converge under inner relations. Inner ontology's role is not to provide all the answers, but to serve as a starting point for asking new questions and exploring new lines of inquiry.